King Randall, man. 21
Well,
years old, taking on a task like this. Who is he? Who? Mom, dad, aunties, uncles, grandma, grandpa?
yes, sir. Well, my name is King Randall. My mom, she lives in Atlanta. My biological father lives here in Albany with me. My stepfather, Tariq Nasheed, called himself exposing me. My stepfather's a police officer in DeKalb County. And he posted talking about I'm an op and I'm an undercover agent or whatever. But yeah, that was interesting. But yeah, my father's in officer in DeKalb County. My grandmother lives here. I'm about to go meet my grandfather for the first time this weekend. My dad's dad, never met him before.
Wow.
He didn't know I existed. Gonna meet him the first time this weekend. But yeah, that's kind of my family. But yeah, I'm from Albany, Georgia. I graduated 2017 from Westover High School, as well as Albany Technical College. I went to culinary school there, and I got my associate's degree when I was 17 for culinary school. I did time in the Marine Corps. What else? I don't know what else to say. But yeah, that's kind of an idea of, just like my personal life, who I am. So
why are you the ops? Can you elaborate? Because I totally missed that, because he has a big platform. So I'm real interested as to, because when I chop it up, number is going to be big too. So I'm just interested in why would he call you the ops? Because you have a parent that's a police officer.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I guess he just wanted to find anything to say, because people had been tagging him in my, the video and stuff for him to share it and stuff. But he finally was like, he needs to come clean about his background or whatever like that. And I have, American descendant of slaves in my in my bio. Yes. Yeah, but he don't like that. I somebody mentioned that he don't like the ADOS thing, because he, is about foundational Black Americans. To me, that's almost the same thing. I don't understand what's the beef, but two people started different little things with that. But anyway, yeah, so he's commented under one of my tweets and was like, he need to come clean about his immigrant background. And I was like, huh? I was like, what are you talking about? I was like, I'm not an immigrant. I'm like, I'm from here. I'm like, I was born in Albany, Georgia, at Phoebe Putney Hospital. So he was like, well, so is your background immigrant? You have an immigrant background? I was like, no. I'm like, my mom was born in America. My dad was born in America. Both their parents were born in America. I had literally, my great grandparents were slaves. They were all born in Terrell County, Georgia. I'm just like, what are you talking about? Like, there's no no immigrants anywhere. Like, what are you talking about? So he goes to find his picture of a friend of mine and myself. We had on African attire at this African event. And I'm like, you found a picture from 2018 and talking about something, this makes me suspect your background or whatever like that. So then he goes on to find another picture. My stepdad and I, we were actually doing a bow tie and sock gala with it was a benefit. It was a benefit competition here in Albany, Georgia, with our local police department. And at the time, my stepfather was working with the FBI. He was an agent. He was just working with them with his unit at the time. And that was 2017. And they had my name. It was like King Randall, 17-year-old, and goes to Westover High School, and his father, my stepfather, but they said his father, who's a DeKalb County detective who also works with the FBI. And so he goes and posts that. I knew something was off about him. He's an ops and blah, blah, blah. I'm just like, what that got to do? What I said, what am I supposed to be informing the FBI of? That's what I'm just like,
gotcha.
What am I supposed to be saying? But yes, but he don't even work with them anymore. And he's about to retire as a police officer now. So I'm just like, okay, he just wanted to find something to say. I hadn't responded though, because I'm just like, I'm not about to respond to that. You can't beat the work. So
okay. So this is like a free speech platform. It's like no censorship and no filter. So people can super chat their questions or comments, and
gotcha.
If you can see that, he says it's because you say white supremacy don't exist.
Never said that. I don't know. Tariq was saying like a whole bunch of stuff, and he got mad because of particular opinions I had about certain police shootings. And like I told him before, and I made mention on my platform, I was just like, I've been an advocate for police brutality numerous times. I'm the reason Brian Overstreet's case was reopened here, in Sylvester, Georgia, which is about 15 minutes away. I started a whole protest about that. I'm one of the reasons Kendrick Johnson's case got opened back up. I went to interview his mom, and we did a viral interview at his gravesite. and I went to the funeral home to go talk to them about the stuff in his body with the newspapers. We also have my boys in my program. We have painted the only mural in dedication to George Floyd in our city. I'm like, that has nothing to do with just because two particular police shootings that I didn't think that I thought was justified. He was like, oh, he's justifying police murders. I'm not one of those people that think every murder by police is wrong and all that. And that's not necessarily the case. I'm just like, just because it was a white cop and a black person don't mean, oh, it's automatically wrong. No, let's look at the facts here, like straight up. Let's not look with the black white lenses. Look at this is what actually happened. And I always ask the question, would you tell your son to act like that person was just acting? And if they say no, I'm just like, exactly, you knew that was wrong. So let's stop right there, and let's stop playing and be for real. I'm just like, I understand. I've been an advocate for police brutality when I see that is wrong. But then when I see who's being stupid or whatever, that don't mean nobody deserves to die. Absolutely not. But sometimes we be being stupid. I'm just like, you can't do that and then expect nothing not to happen. And then it's just a lot. But yeah, he picked out 2 times I said that, but I'm not gonna go give my record for him. I've done plenty in my community in regards to helping the black community, but I'm not gonna be one of those people that like I gotta be a monolith and think like everybody else think. No, I'm gonna give my opinion. So, but yeah, he picked out what I said about Jacob Blake and Rayshard Brooks and ran with it. So
okay,
is what it is.
Got it, man. You got a lot in your title. The X for boys. First, what does the X stand for?
Absolutely. The X means unknown. That's all it means. Our motto is let us make man. And so I'm teaching young boys how to be men. That's something they don't know.
Was it from are you familiar with the Nation of Islam, Malcolm X? And
of course.
Was that the inspiration, or was X just a math equation from?
Yeah, it's like math equation. X means unknown in an equation or something like that. It just means unknown. And plus, I just wanted something that was real catchy. At the time, I was just like, I need something that people that sticks. The X for boys. So anytime somebody think of the X, they like X boys, X men, whatever. People got all types of it, but it's always got that X in it. So I just wanted something real catchy.
Now it's full school.
Absolutely. So, I can give you details.
Yeah.
So, with our school,
as if I haven't studied you, so that's why, so the audience can know.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So our school will be called the Life Preparatory School for Boys. We're just working out the deal with our school system now, where we're actually purchasing the school from our local school system. And what we're doing, we're actually trying to partner with our school system because they have the students that we want to serve. But we don't want it to be a competition type thing because we do have a all black school board, black superintendent, etc. We want to work with them. We don't want it to be a competition type thing because everybody wants to help the kids. They are in full support of our program where we live. So what we're going to do is try to work with them, like to become almost like an alternative to, their school. And we don't want it to be like any competition. We want it to be like we're working together. So they're going to help us with our field trips and, some of our lesson planning and things like that. So that way, everybody's good and working together. Because like I said, I'm always about allies. I'm not about that whole, trying to go against people, et cetera, et cetera. I'm wanting to work together. So this fall, we actually plan to open up for instruction during the fall. Our boarding school portion will probably open in about a year. We have to get all of our necessary licensing and the necessary accreditation for the boarding portion. But we will open up for instruction more than likely this fall. We just have to make sure all of our renovations are taken care of at the end of the summer. If not, it probably pushed back to like December or something. But with our school, we'll be remaining super transparent. So everything that's happening with our school, you will see at all times, from building to pressure washing to taking the letters off, putting a new sign up, letting up the flag. All of it is going to be super transparent. We don't want anybody to not see what's going on with our school. So if anybody's following me, they will see at all times what's going on with the school. Plus the boys will be working on our own school. It ain't like we'll have some contractors. We'll have contractors, but we'll be painting our own building, pressure washing our own building, doing all of that, like putting our own floors down, cleaning up our own school, cutting our own grass. I want people to be able to see that the boys are putting in their hard work, because we've, come so far from them, living in my home to us having our own school. So, that's where we are with that.
And what's your potential enrollment?
Absolutely. So I have to get with the fire marshal to see about us getting enrollment. I know we can have up to 400 kids on minimum.
Wow.
That's just on minimum because of how big the school is. But when the school starts boarding, we have to look at their sleeping quarters, etc., and see, about their, bedding and things like that, how much space we got to put in between them, all that good stuff or whatever. So then at that point, we'll know how many kids we can take for boarding. But as far as instruction, we know we could take at least 400 kids off top. That's on minimum. I hadn't got with the fire marshal yet, but we know on minimum it's a 36,000 square foot building, 25 classrooms, 11 acres of land, plenty of space.